Every deck of cards has a thing that makes it unique, and one of my favorites of those is the Jokers. So today I'm going over my top 5 sets of Jokers from playing cards in my collection. Starting off at number 5 is the Jokers from the Autumn Butterfly playing cards. This deck came out recent enough to where most people haven't even seen reviews on it. I love these Jokers because one is done completely in burgundy and the other has tons of flowers with tons of colors in it, and it's basically like taking the back design and putting it inside of the butterfly, making the butterfly design. They're simple, clean elegance, and I had to put this deck right here at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have the DMC Elites. I love to get dressed up in a nice suit and tie and just be able to get all classy. It's one of my favorite things to do. So this deck really resembles what it's like to be classy within a Joker. It's one of the most simple sets of Jokers in my entire collection of all of almost 300 decks of cards that I have right now. Look how simple that is. That's simply beautiful. And then the greatest part about this is the other one actually gives you a 2 of Hearts reveal right there in the collar. So super simple, super clean. Love this right here, coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3, we have the Skull and Bones Private Reserve playing cards by David Blaine. Now, when you first look at them, they're cool looking Jokers, and there's not a ton to them. Like they're a little bit more freaky. It makes sense that they fit in with the Skull and Bones type theme. But the thing I hadn't ever seen done before with a set of Jokers is giving a clue to how the marking system is read. If you actually know the marking system, or you've seen the reviews of this deck of playing cards, it's absolutely a beautiful marking system. The hardest one I've ever tried to read, though. It's not an easy deck to read. But this marking system was actually, I realized it was a marked deck and figured it out because of these Jokers. So super subtle, super cool in how he did it. Clearly, when you have something like that, you got to be able to put it at number 3 because it makes you feel like you're a part of national treasure. Coming in at number 2, we have the House of the Rising Spade V2 playing cards by Stockholm 17. We've had elegant, we've had clean, we've had deceptive. This time it's a little bit of luxury. So you get the complete gold foil background plus a lot of cool artwork on these Jokers, but you can literally see the fact that it's going back and forth and the gold reflecting off the light. It's such a cool way of doing it. Plus the actual design work of these Jokers is just beautiful in and of itself, so had to be number 2. Before we get into number 1, there's going to be 2 runner-ups, first of which is the Avengers playing cards by Theory 11, Marvel, and Disney. From someone who has seen every single Marvel movie probably 5 or 10 times, I've always loved this kind of thing, so when it came to this deck of cards, I was scared that the intentionality just wouldn't be there. Now, clearly the back design was just kind of garbage and faded and muted, so wasn't a big fan of that, but these Jokers are super cool. So first one, you get Thanos, you get his pen on both sides, which is perfectly balanced as all things should be. It has his sword and it's spinning, and it has his helmet, and it even has like the 6 Infinity Stones in the right order at the bottom, with there being 5 at the top and the 1 in the middle. Like, that one's super cool. And the other one then, this one right here is Loki. So it has the scepter, it has like the amount of intentionality that I could go into with literally just these 2 Jokers had to be in this video. Number 7, the Avengers playing cards. And number 6, we have the Series B playing cards V2 by Riffle Shuffle. Even without knowing that this dog actually is part of the constellations when it comes to the reason like why this deck was created, it's all about the constellations and the stars, and that's why they made this deck. But the dog just looks cool in and of itself with like the different layering. But then the fact that like I never would have thought of making like taking one of the constellations and taking that and making that what the Jokers would be. So all in all, it's just a really cool design. I love the layering aspect of it with the fact that like it looks like you can step into a playing card. It's just cool looking. Love the color choice. Number 6. And now before we get into number 1, just know that a lot of these decks of playing cards are going to be 10% off in the description below, just in case you want to check those out. I can save you some money. Plus, if you're wanting to see any of the full reviews, I'll leave that down there as well so you can check that out. But now into number 1, the White Knights playing cards by Daniel Madison, Chris Ramsey, and Illusionist. Chris Ramsey started off his channel with Magic, but then clearly transitioned to things like chess and puzzles, where Daniel Madison always had his little side raven in a lot of his videos. So I really love that they did this with this design. But not only is it the fact that it is the tip over king saying like, you said, you know what, I quit, it's the white flag of chess. But then the raven on top of it signalizing that pretty much you never really have ravens in a movie or anything like that without signaling like something bad is about to happen. But the thing that I love most about this is that it's done in black and white pointillism. Okay, Elijah, why does that matter? Well, I have always loved creating pointillism pieces. I'm currently working on one. I'm about 30 hours in, and here's actually one that I've worked on in about 10th grade, and it looked like that. Now, the actual size of that is about this big right here. It's about probably 2.5 feet long and about a foot tall or so. So it's considerable size. It took me about 60 hours to make entirely, and I love black and white pointillism. So the fact that this is the first deck of playing cards that I've ever seen that has pointillism in it, not only just in it, but beautifully executed as well. The amount of time it must have taken, it just looks great. And on a side note, if you know of any decks of playing cards that have any pointillism in them, please let me know down in the comments. And the question of the day just goes to the fact that I have a hidden talent, and I would love to know what yours are. So clearly you love playing cards or cardistry or magic. What is your hidden talent or hobby that you absolutely love? But if you'd love to see last year's top 5 video, I would make sure to check it out right here where I go over the top 5 jokers from last year, and you can check out the entire playlist right there. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. If you guys want to pick up the merch or anything else like that, definitely check out the description below so you guys can pick it up for yourselves, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is Card Perfect, signing off.